Shit, sorry.
Not be fucked about. Not be fucked about. Not be fucked about. Not be fucked about. And the minute you start fucking me about, playing with me in any way, shape or form,
Playing with me?
all that will stop.
Playing with the brain, that's what I'm doing apparently.
Not doing anything of the sort.
So, I am.
I like how it is
This is
conditional.
what I mean. She's already doing the millennial thing. Twisting everything. Twisting.
No, I just called you out for being a certain way that's not good.
I am just saying and warning you that if you don't, and the warning is not to beat the crap out of you.
Because I know that, but it's still fucking threatening, though, isn't it? It's the threats I don't like, and everything's conditional. It's not nice. It's abusive. It's toxic.
And this is where I went outside, and she thinks I listened to. I think it's.
I just don't like the way you are being threatening and nasty and with these things nicely.
I'm not.
No, it was just.
You started out nice.
No, it was just. Oh, I'm gonna demand equality. That's what I don't like. God, it's exhausting talking to this thing. Apparently.
That's not nice. I shouldn't have said that, but I was mad.
Oh, yeah, I can't lock the door. Right, let it go. Gotta go, everyone. Being chased.
I told you don't lock that back in. I told you.
I didn't lock it. I just unlocked it now.
How do you lock it?
I've just unlocked it to do the bins.
Show me how you unlock it. Show me how you lock it.
She said, "No, you're not rubbish." Hang on.
Unlocked it to do the bins.
Show me how you unlock it.
The bins.
Show me how you unlock it.
Tell me how you've locked it.
Right.
Show me how you unlock it. Show me how you lock it.
I've just unlocked it to do the bins.
Show me how you unlock it.
Then show me how you do it. Rubbish.
Right. Like how we change the subject now.
Change the subject.
Well, this one doesn't work.
Right, so that's that one, and then the next bit is the. Oh.
Well, I will not have you going outside doing a drama thing for the Reverend possibly to hear you.
I didn't do it for him.
Well, you do it for somebody, Kirsty.
I didn't do that for Jerry.
You do it for. I'm sorry, Kirsty. You're acting like a 2-year-old.
How am I acting like a two? Oh no, she's just trying to get a rise out of me. I'm not doing it. Zip me up it. Normally she has a go at me and then she leaves it for the day and then we get on. But today she's determined to keep doing it. I don't know what's going to.
Yeah, so she had that first argument with me where she threatened like 4 or 5 times that she's not going to do the sandwiches or the hoops on egg on toast for me if I don't do a cup of tea, or if I don't stop yawning apparently. And I went outside for a bit because after that bit she said, "Oh, all right then, I'll leave you to it then," and she was all sort of nicey when we left it. But then when I came back in, this is what I had to deal with again, like maybe half an hour later.
And then when nobody can hear you, you're all nice just fine.
No, I wasn't. She was the one nicey when she got these people around.
That's because you turned nice and calm. When we're out there, you started talking about the lock and whatnot.
I had to
Of course, yeah. Of course, you had to stop it because you
I
didn't.
had to diffuse the situation, she was going to say there, but of course she had, because she had to be on her best behaviour, thinking there was people around to hear, like the Reverend. Like, the Reverend wouldn't give a shit, honestly. He wouldn't give a shit, because he doesn't like either of us. So, if we were outing, he's not going to think, "Oh, it's that woman again. Oh, she's shouting at her daughter. Oh, she's such a horrible person. And her daughter is so sweet and innocent." Like, no, it's not. That is not what would happen. He would just be like, "Oh, she deserves being yelled at." Because he hates me as well, for I don't know why. Because I had something to say about him having a lockdown party like 50 million years ago. Like, what the fuck? It was like the rules not to have parties in lockdown. But I was just saying that, you know. It's not like I was really, it's not like I was going, "Oh, he's a shitty, oh, what a horrible shit. Oh, what a, you know, it's not like I was really actually slagging him off or anything. I was just saying, "No, they're not supposed to be having them, and why should, why not invite me, they could have invited me or us, but they didn't." So I had something to say about the lockdown parties, plus not getting an invite, which is kind of rude, because he invited, like, other people, and we were getting along at that point, like, we'd met, and we were getting along at that point, but he decided not to bother inviting us, so it's like, but yeah, anyway, you wouldn't care about this shit anyway, you wouldn't care.
I didn't hear you have it going because you didn't want to be yourself back, of course.
Thursday, stop it. drammering doesn't work with me. It's not drama.
Right, it was this bit where she was coming towards me. Unfortunately, it's not on a visual, video or anything. But it was at this point where she came forward. She was walking towards me. And instead of backing off or walking away like I'd normally do, I kind of just stood there to kind of see what she did. And she got really close to me. She got really, really close, like in my personal space. And her face, like in my face. So when she did that, I kind of squared up to her and I also put my face close to her. And then eventually I did what I normally do and I turned around and walked away.
I personally, all right, we're doing this now. I personally,
You're not acting like a 2-year-old. I don't know what it is, but you're having a go at me a lot.
This is where she was like following me around the kitchen and I left the room. She stayed in the kitchen for a few minutes, but because I will admit I shouldn't have kept it going, like that was my fault, like knowing she's like this, I shouldn't have kept it going, I shouldn't have kept saying stuff, I shouldn't have kept making comments, I should have just left the room and said fucking nothing. That would disallow her to continue, like she would have just been talking to herself at this point.
I wonder why. You're up and down as if you're on fucking drugs.
Because you do this. Because you do this.
So at this point she was sat down on her chair thing, and I was like near the doorway of the kitchen, so we're like both on the other side of the room. This is where I should have left it and just walked off.
Like you're on drugs.
See, this is what I was trying to avoid. That's why I went out there, because I wanted to avoid this. Then you went first. Right, I'm not dealing with this. That's why I went out there, because I wanted to avoid this. Right, I'm not dealing with this. We're going down.
Right, so at this point I went up the stairs, but like slightly, but I was so hepped up I just kept going in the room and just saying stuff, and because I heard her making comments about me, so I kept going back in to reply, and I shouldn't have done it. I should have just gone upstairs and I should have diffused the situation by just not keep going back in the room and saying stuff. I wish I hadn't. Now I know I sometimes don't help matters, but you need to be in my head at the time when she's being like this. It's a weird, it's a funny feeling. It's like I feel compelled to keep going back and saying stuff. I feel compelled to defend myself and keep doing it because I'm trying to make her understand the error of her ways, but I know it's futile.